Hello, welcome into this chat. Okay, so we're talking about fall semester, which is coming up, and especially for my business owners who are also professors. This is where the business neglected. Oh, I have my thing on. Hold on. I was going live on my own computer. Okay, so we tend to go into the fall with like all of these expectations and good intentions. It's like, okay, I'm going to be running my business. I'm going to be teaching my classes, doing all my academic work. But then when the semester begins, what are we doing? We're prepping for the beginning of the semester. We're writing our syllabi. Then we're preparing for the first day of class. We got to get all the things printed, all the documents created. Then we're like getting all these emails from new students, switching in the class, out of the class. Then we have to manage if you're working with students, grad students on research or undergraduate research. And then you're traveling for conferences, you're writing your own papers, and then your business just gets put to the back burner and you literally don't have any time to work on your business, and all of your plans and your big dreams of being a professorpreneur are like put on hold. So that's what this video is about, how to like avoid that. So if you haven't met me, I'm Dr. Toyin Ali. I'm a college lecturer. I'm a founder of the business called the Academic Society, and I'm also the creator of the Secret Society of Academic Entrepreneurs. So today we are talking about how to plan a profitable quarter two without letting the fall semester really just like sabotage your business goals. And so this is especially for my fellow academic entrepreneurs, my professorpreneurs who are juggling teaching and research and your online business dreams. Now we are in quarter three, right? So the months July, August, September, these are crucial for business owners, but specifically these months are crucial, maybe more crucial for professorpreneurs. Why? Because fall semester is coming. And this is when so many professorpreneurs hit pause on their businesses and unfortunately never hit play again until the summer or maybe winter break or fall break, right? But what if not? So, what if this was the semester where your business actually stayed consistent and profitable? So, I think quarter three is so important because quarter three is the setup quarter. Like everyone's starting their year in quarter one. No, 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 no. Us faculty members, quarter three is the setup quarter. So literally what you do right now is going to determine how your business shows up in September, like when you're in the nitty gritty of things. All right, so I started my business back in 2017 and I launched my first digital product for like $9. It flopped, nobody bought it, zero sales. And I've talked about this story many times. I didn't give up. I could have. I didn't give up on that product. I gave up trying to sell it, which that was probably a mistake, but it was such a learning lesson. What I did was I turned that digital product into a freebie. And so when people got that free digital product, I got their email address. And so they were on my email list, and I was able to reach out to them very easily just by sending an email, which we are all so used to doing, sending emails. But the best thing about email is that my email lands in their inbox. I'm not like beholden to the social media algorithm where only 1% of my audience actually sees what I post. It's going to land in their inbox. And so that was when I really learned how to sell like a professorpreneur. And so that funnel that I set up, it still brings in new people to my email list literally to this day. And I would say this product turned freebie turned me using my email list to sell. That was really my first semester proof business decision, right? The decision to build systems that keep working even when I'm busy teaching. So this semester proof business system, this led to the automated sales funnel that I use in my business that I literally replicate over and over and over again in my business. And that automated sales funnel is freebie to email sequence to low ticket offer to high ticket offer. I literally run that back over and over and over. And that is what I teach my clients how to do and actually build those things with them. But quarter three is where you plant those systems. This is where you start getting it all set up. Otherwise, fall is just going to become another season of I'll start again later, right? You want to get the setup done now so that everything can run smoothly and mostly on autopilot when the fall comes. Okay, so here is the semester business framework, specifically what you need to plan in quarter three. So I have 4 things that you need to plan in quarter three. Number 1 is your visibility system. How are new people going to find out about you when you're deep in midterms and grading and going to conferences and stuff? Like, do you just put a pause on people finding you? No, people still need to learn about you and find out about you. And they can do that in so many different ways, in ways that actually serve you and in ways that you can actually do during the semester. So the content that you plan to create in the fall, can you create that now and just schedule it out? Maybe you don't want to create any content at all. Maybe you want to utilize other people's audiences. Maybe this is where you go on your podcast tour and guest on other people's podcasts. Could you do that once a month? Probably. Or maybe you've already created some awesome content. Why not just reshare that content that you've already posted, just more strategically and schedule it all out in advance, right? So one of the things you'll be planning before the semester begins is your visibility system. Then you got to make sure you're offering the right thing. So number 2 is offer alignment. So you want to plan out what product or service is going to fit your fall energy and time, right? Maybe the things you offer in the summer are not the same things that you offer in the fall. Or maybe at the beginning of the semester, it's more busy. And so you want to be a little light on what you're offering and maybe bring in your bigger offers later on in the semester. I would recommend prioritizing low lift, but high alignment offers. So things that could be like one-offs or things where you're not stuck in the delivery of the offer. So like a one-off workshop, super simple and easy to do during the fall semester. Selling evergreen courses or templates. These are things that are created in advance, aka now, so that you can sell them on autopilot in the fall. All right, so figure out which offers you'll be offering in the fall. That's going to also inform what content you're creating or scheduling for the fall. And number 3, your revenue flow. So what kind of revenue do you expect to come in? And it's really important to take the time to forecast realistic income that includes these seasonal gaps, right? So unlike other business owners, our seasonal gaps may be because of us and our academic calendar versus what our audience may view as a gap in when they buy things. Like maybe you can forecast your income around the ebbs and flows of your semester. So you want to be asking yourself, okay, what kind of income generating activities are sustainable for my fall schedule? Is it posting one YouTube video a month? Is it getting on sales calls and having a day, maybe the day you're not teaching, open for sales calls for your services? So what are the income generating activities that you can do in the fall that actually fits your schedule? And then number 4, set up support system and structure for yourself. Right? So it's really important to actually plan out the days that you're going to work on your business. I teach Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That means I work on my business on Tuesday and Thursday, sometimes Sunday. So what does that look like? Maybe you have a big gap in your day. Maybe there's a block of time that you can work on your business. And also, who is holding you accountable? Do you have a business bestie? It's time to lock in. I would recommend also having like an academic business bestie, so that you can check in with each other, hold each other accountable, co-work together, bounce ideas off of each other. That is so important. And if you don't have an academic business bestie, I will welcome you to join our community of academic business besties. I created a community called the Secret Society for Academic Entrepreneurs, and it's literally just to do this, just to support each other, add structure, actually learn more about business and how we can operate our business on an academic schedule. But really, the community, the visibility, and the support are the main takeaways from the Secret Society. So before I dive deeper into why I created the Secret Society, I just want to maybe just like summarize what you should be planning in quarter 3 to make sure that your fall semester goes smoothly and your business can continue running and actually make money and is not on pause during the semester. So step 1 is come up with a plan. Actually map out quarter 3 to figure out what you can actually do during the semester. And once you have a plan, that means you need to start working on the projects. So I always talk about how projects are different than business operations. Projects are things that you can like sit down and it takes a lot of time to do, but it doesn't necessarily bring money into the business on its own. For example, a project would be creating a freebie or creating a course or building out your website or writing an email sequence. Those are projects. Like you sit down, you get them done. But the business operations, that is what keeps the business running and going. And really, that's just awareness, bringing awareness and visibility to your business so that you can get people into your step 3, automation. So come up with a plan, work on your projects before the semester begins, and then step 3, set up your automations. That way you're not having to do every little thing manually during the semester because you don't have time. Like, how can people learn about you, get on your email list, and be offered your offers without you having to manually do it every time? That's where the automations come in. So you want to have those set up so that in the fall, you can do step 4. So once the semester begins, literally the only thing on your plate is leading your audience to your automations. That's it. How can you get your audience into your automations? And that takes max 1 to 2 hours a week. Like, that does not take a long time. So you're kind of front loading the work so that you can get everything done. So how do you get all of this set up? How do you have support in doing this? Well, that is why I created the Secret Society of Academic Entrepreneurs. So I love being in groups with business owners. It gives me so many ideas. It makes me feel like I'm not alone. And it's like so supportive. It's like, oh, yeah, other people get it. But in the communities that I was in, they got the business part of me, but they didn't get the academic part of me. And I was kind of tired of being like the only academic in all of my business masterminds and coaching programs because it's like, my needs are a little different. My business is set up just a little differently. Like, my business is not my end all be all. I have income elsewhere and I don't plan on leaving my academic job anytime soon. So the messaging was always like, how can you get out of your day job so you can just do your business full time? And I was like, well, I don't really want to do that. I want to do both. And so I was so happy when Dr. Bedelia Richards reached out to me and messaged me and let me know. She was like, I really need a space where I can connect with other academic entrepreneurs. And I was like, say less, I do too. And I don't know if I mentioned this to you, but at the beginning of this year, I was like, okay, you've created enough offers. You don't need to create any more offers. And so I was battling with this. Like, I've created all the offers I need. I don't need to create more offers. But there is this need for academic business owners to have a community and support system. So it took me about 48 hours, and then I immediately created the Secret Society. And now we have a place to connect with each other. We have bi-weekly co-working. We have monthly strategy support. We bring in experts, actually bring in women of color business owners to teach us their expertise. And we have a private podcast for our asynchronous community building where members share their insights, their thoughts, their questions. And it's my favorite place. So it's a place that I love that I created. And the reason why I'm sharing today is because we have a fun event coming up in the Secret Society. It is our quarter 3 planning session. And actually, I made a slide. Let me see if I can put this up here. Yeah, we have some pretty cool events coming up in July. So now is actually a wonderful time to join the Secret Society because number one, it's the beginning of quarter 3, and we're doing our quarter 3 planning session live together on Tuesday, July 8th at 11 a.m. Eastern. And if you missed it, the recording will live in our private podcast just for Secret Society members. That way you can listen along and plan with us, or you can watch the video. And during this Q3 planning session, we're going to forecast our revenue. Yes, we talk about real numbers together, so we know what is realistic, what is everybody else charging, how much are we making, full financial transparency in our community. So we'll forecast the revenue. We're going to map our visibility and develop our visibility plan for the semester. And also, I will say, if you do struggle in the area of visibility, especially as an academic entrepreneur, I created a training specifically for visibility for academic entrepreneurs, and that is also inside of the Secret Society. So you have access to that when you join. And then the third thing we're going to do is set business goals together. What are our Q3 goals? What do we want to sell? How much do we want to make? What do we want to make progress on? And I think this is important because it is intentional planning. Intentional planning to keep our business on track all fall long. So that is what we're doing on July 8th. And to set us up for success, like, it's not enough just to plan. We need to make sure we're actually following through on these plans. So we're going to do a 90-day consistency challenge, basically the whole quarter, to make sure that we actually do what we said we were going to do in our business planning session. So in our 90-day consistency challenge, everyone's going to choose one thing, just one thing, to be consistent with in their business every single week. So what is the one thing you want to do every single week that is just for your business? And we're going to check in every Friday just to make sure we all did that one thing. And actually, we're doing an asynchronous audio event right now in the community where everyone is sharing via audio what their one thing is that they're going to do during the consistency challenge. And then at the end of the month, we're going to do our social chat. We do these twice a quarter where we just have lunch together, chat about what's going on, not necessarily business, but just getting to know each other better. And so I love this community. There are other things that we have. If you're curious about it, go to drtoyandali.com/secret society. But you can join the Secret Society monthly, cancel anytime, or you can join lifetime. And so you can check out the pricing for that on the info page. Also, if you do join soon, like literally before Monday, then you can join us on the Q3 planning session and jump right into the 90-day consistency challenge. Okay, so my overall mission with this part of my brand is to help academics truly design a life that you don't want to escape from. You want to enjoy every aspect of your life, and I'm in full support of that. And for many of you, your business is part of that life that you're building, that is part of your dream life, right? And so the fall semester doesn't have to be the end of your momentum. You can actually keep it going throughout the fall and spring semesters. So let's build the kind of business that works with your academic life and not against it. So definitely check out the Secret Society. The link is on the screen, drtoyandali.com/secret society. And if you have any questions about it, just let me know. I'm happy to answer those questions. All right. I think that is all. Thank you for joining me, and I will chat with you in the next video, which, by the way, I'll share. My 90-day consistency challenge is to upload one video to my YouTube channel every week for 90 days. And that's what I'll do. All right. Have a great day. Bye.